missed too many curfews. And it probably wasn't so much the fact that got in late, it was what I was doing that I got in late. But we'll leave it at that.
Can't mention that on camera. Behind the scenes.
My mom was kind of strict and not super strict, but she was strict. But you know, for example, she didn't want us talking on the phone after like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever. So me being the slick guy that I thought I was, I would always go in her room during the day and unplug her phone. So the in-use, you know, you have your phone, have the in-use button on the home phone. It's like it lights up red. So I would go unplug her phone like while she's in the shower, so she would never see that I'm on the phone. I would call whoever I need to call. I would be on the phone like for a lot of hours through, up to the night. And so she would always bust in there, catch me on the phone. I got a phone hidden in my bed, and that got me in more trouble than anything ever, man.
I always broke my doggone glasses. They were welfare glasses, so they cheap already. I had these so-called non-scratch lens glasses. So I told my buddy, I was like, man, they non-scratch. They can't scratch. They non-scratch lenses. So he's like, all right, they non-scratch. Let me get them and run them across the concrete, scrape them across the concrete. So he does it, they scratch up. He's like, I thought they were non-scratch glasses. My mom whipped my butt for that. I got whooping.
I was a pretty good kid. I didn't do too much, and what I did do, I didn't get caught doing. I was very, very, very competitive, and I got in trouble a couple times in gym class for yelling and pushing kids on my kickball team that weren't performing up to standards. And my mom was actually called in for a counseling session with the gym teacher in 5th grade to address my competitiveness.
I'm an early riser, so I would wake up sometimes, you know, at that time being a little kid, 6 in the morning, and just leave the house. To go try to play with somebody, go find something to do. And it was freaked out my parents because they would wake up and I'm gone. But then you get older and now you're a teenager and you're going in a car. And so I would get in trouble just because I would just leave.
I was a good kid, believe it or not. I mean, a really good kid. I remember I caught myself trying to trimming the yard up. So, you know, like nowadays you got these trimmers that you can run down the side of the sidewalk and it trims it up this way. Well, I took a shovel. Instead of having like a flat shovel, I had like the spade. So like the sidewalk was going like that all the way down, you know what I mean? I got in trouble for something like that. I tried my best to stay out of trouble because you don't want to deal with my dad, I'll tell you that.
One episode, I've got 2 younger brothers, put Andy, my youngest brother, in a hole in a barn. We were building a stall because we wanted him to look at the bottom of the golf cart. And so as you can imagine, I'm building a stall just like a big post hole. It's not that big of a hole, so you can imagine getting Andy into the hole was a challenge. So we put him in there so David could drive over the top of him. Certainly, without question, it's Andy's fault. That's been well documented. He didn't keep his head down. He looked up. So David hit him. David didn't scalp him, but gave it an effort. So once the golf cart went over the top, the typical younger brother, Andy, started crying. We tried to get him to stop crying. We then noticed the blood, which was a concern. That entire process certainly got me in trouble.
You know, my mom, if she left to go out for the night, she said, hey, make sure my house is clean when you got home. She always wanted us to make sure the kitchen was clean, make sure the living room was clean, and she didn't want us sleeping on the couch. Well, she would come home, not only would we be sleep on the couch, but we probably would have hid the dishes under the sink. And when she found those dishes under the sink, she would wake us up in the middle of the night and have us clean the whole house. So if I had friends spending the night, you know, they would always be like, man, your mom mean, and we all be up at 2, 3 in the morning cleaning up.